So I looked at my pay stub, and remember on the last video I said my pay seemed a little short, and I logged in today and I looked at my pay stub, and I was right, it was a little short. So they had the hourly rate that I was getting paid for my regular time. I was getting paid at a quarter less than what it was stated that I was supposed to be being paid. So that was one of the reasons why I was short. And then remember, I mentioned that we had a few mandatory trainings and meetings and stuff, and we had a few mandatory trainings and stuff like that, and come to find out they get paid at a lesser rate. So they don't get paid. They get paid for the meetings and the trainings. We get paid $3.25 less than what our regular hourly rate is. So that is what makes up the difference. Because I was, for one, calculating everything at my regular hourly rate for the meetings, for the trainings, and for the my regular runs. I was calculating everything at the same pay rate, which is inaccurate. And number two, they shorted me 25 cents an hour. So while I was at the school waiting for my older students to dismiss this afternoon, I sent a text to my supervisor and a lady who handles payroll, and they're going to correct me being paid 25 cents less. They're going to correct that part, and give me back my difference. But as far as the trips, the trips too. Once I start, if I do trips, once I get my CDL, I can do the school trips and stuff. The trips are also paid at a lesser rate. So now I know how to do my calculations for my next pay. We had a meeting today. We had an hour-long training today. So now when I do my calculations and I factor in the meetings and all of that, I know to add those in at a lesser rate, so I can have a better idea what my checks are going to look like going forward. But I still feel like I'm waiting to see if I can get a copy of my timesheet from last. I don't know why I didn't snap a picture of it. Maybe I did. I need to look back through my phone, because I still feel like I was shorted somewhere. But anyway, I'll deal with that part later. But today it was a long day but a short day at the same time. So today was early dismissal, which I don't know who loves it more, the students or the drivers, because this would be the time. So it's 1:38 now. So this would be the time I would be arriving back at the yard to get my van to go pick up my students for their dismissals, because I would have to be at the elementary school by 2 to wait for them to dismiss, because they want us there early. But it's 1:38 and I'm headed down to Baltimore to take care of some business. I think I got back to the yard a little after 1, because I had to stop and put gas in the van, and got back to the yard, got my van, and I had to make a stop at the bank. So I love early dismissals, because this is the time that I will be about to do my headed to the yard, really arriving to the yard to start my afternoon run, and I'm already my day is done. So that's good. But it was a long day because right after so we get back to the yard around, let's just say 8:30ish after the morning run. And then we had a meeting at 9. We had no, not 9. We had a mandatory training, 1 hour training that started at 9. So we got back to the yard around 8:30. One of the school buses drove us to, the training wasn't at the yard, it was at the middle school in the auditorium. The middle school is also the admin office, just on the other side. So the meeting was at the middle school. We all got on a bus. It was Neighborhood Insurance Baby's first time. We've been on a school bus. We got on the school bus for one of our, we had a fire drill meeting. Because the second day of school, the third day of school, one of those first days of school, we had a fire drill. We had emergency evacuation drill on the bus and on the van. So the day before that, we had to do a meeting to show us, go over the evacuation procedures. So he was on the school bus that day because we had a meeting on the bus. But this was his first time riding in the school bus, and he did like it. So, we got in the school bus. The school bus took us to the middle school. We had the 1 hour meeting, and he did so good, y'all. This baby has been tagging along with me since birth, everywhere. Doctor's appointments, dental appointments, eye appointments, meetings, to work, and he did so good. It was an hour long. I brought food, we ate. I had to pack differently because normally we, I pack on some stuff to eat on the van, but we come home and then we eat. He takes his nap, he gets up, he eats some more, but I had to pack everything, because we didn't get to go back home. So I had to pack everything. So while we're sitting on the bus waiting to pull off, I'm feeding, he's eating. And he ate a little bit more when we were in a meeting, but he did really good. At some point, he laid across my lap. I thought he was going to take a nap, but he didn't. And then we got back to the yard. So the meeting was over at 10. Elementary school had to be picked up at 11:15, so they wanted us at the school no later than 11. When we got back to the yard, I made sure I took Neighborhood Insurance Baby to the bathroom, so he wouldn't have any accidents, because this is normally the time that we would be home. So took him to the bathroom, got my keys to my van, went and pre-tripped my van, and we pretty much, and I did some paperwork. We pulled off. We got to the school around 10:45, something like that, and waited for the students. Dropped the elementary off. Got to the middle school to wait for the middle and high school, and our day was done. But we never went back home. So our day was longer than it normally would be, because we didn't get the break in between our shifts. But so that's why I say it was a long day, but it was a short day because we're already done, and he's knocked out now because he didn't get a nap. I normally put him down for a nap in between our shifts, but he didn't have a nap. He stayed with the whole time, and he is knocked out right now. So I'm headed down to take care of some business and drop off a piece, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I just wanted to give you an update on why, my calculations was off. And I don't know, I think I may have said it in the video before, I don't know. But my pay, especially when I was working for the city and I was used to pretty much getting the same every, pay. And when I was at my last job, I can tell if my pay is short by a penny. If it's 5 cents off, I'm noticing, okay? So I was doing that math, and I'm like, something don't seem right here. But now I know why. So I will continue to keep you guys posted. I probably won't do another video Yeah, I do have another video, but I'm going to hold off on that. But I think my next video is going to be, I got some pieces to work on. So, you know, every time, I don't know, maybe you don't. I don't know if when I do the short videos, if they pop up in the notification. I think they should in the, your notifications. But every time I do a piece, I upload it. You know, I do a little video of it. So I have some pieces that, at least 2 pieces that I should be uploading this weekend. So stay tuned. And as always, is Neighborhood Insurance Lady. I'm wishing you love, laughter, life insurance, pieces of the puzzle, the life of your dreams, whatever life you're dreaming of, the life of your dreams, and whole paychecks. So until next time, enjoy your weekend.